And we're back with another episode of, well, I guess we call it Charlie Mack Show. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode, and happy to have he's almost you've been the most reoccurring person that's been on the show. So Valdy's here, everybody. Valdy's here.
What's up?
And we have someone who we are introducing to our listeners for the first time. And your name is?
My name is Queen Chioma.
Queen Chioma. Now, what's your background? Where are you from? Where are your people from?
Right. So I'm originally born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay. However, my parents are both Nigerian.
Nigerian.
Yes.
I knew it was Nigerian.
Nigerians definitely are very popular. I think we're the biggest immigrant group out of Africa to the United States. So my parents came here in like the 70s, 80s, around that time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they've been here for a while. My dad went to school in Michigan. My mom went to school in Philly. Somehow they found their way to D.C. first, then Philly. That's where I was born. And then now I'm in Ohio somehow.
Are they here?
Yeah, they live in Dayton.
Oh, okay. All right. So they still have that strong accent, too.
I would say it's like a 75%.
How would you... You've been here but 5 years. How can you talk about it's only 75%?
I would say it's like... It's still an accent. Obviously, you're going to hear it. However, they're not as thick as some of my other family members.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, wait. Oh, God. Okay. So, we have the So... What's the language in Nigeria?
Igbo. Well, there's many languages, but my tribe is Igbo.
Okay, we're gonna come back to that because I have a guy I follow on TikTok who freaks people out by going to places like Nigeria, and he is a white guy from New York, and he learns the language, and he'll freak people out by speaking their native tongue.
Wow.
And they're like, wait, what? And the video is crazy because everybody else gives him a triple take. Like,
I've seen it.
hell? So, okay, so
I need to see this.
So, do you speak Igbo?
I do not, but I know, I guess, basic words, ways to kind of introduce myself, but fluent, definitely not.
Okay.
Don't even hold me to it.
And now, Valdy, your people are from
Cuba,
and you are bilingual.
Yes.
Are you just bilingual?
Yeah.
There's only two?
Only two, English, Spanish.
Okay, so I feel like I've been cheated.
Why is that?
Because I don't have any like dope background. You got the Nigerian background, you got the Cuban background. Where are people from? Alabama.
I mean, have you looked deeper into it?
Yes. I supposedly two things. My uncle did a search on the name and found that it was I forgot where it was from in Africa, but it wasn't Nigeria. And then of course I did the ancestry DNA type thing.
You did it?
Yeah, I did it.
Okay. What'd you get?
I got I forget where my people were from ancestrally, but I forgot what part of Africa. I forgot what part. But then when I looked up the group of people that my people originated from, they looked like me. So that made me feel good.
Right.
You know,
That's reassuring.
I looked up
Googled it and you were like, okay.
Oh, that guy looks like me.
Okay.
Yeah, big nose and everything.
I just sent in my sample to Ancestry DNA, whatever it is, and I'm just waiting. Like it says they got it, and they're like, "We'll let you know when we find the results."
Right.
I'm just waiting. Like,
how long is the turnaround process? Does it say
4 to 6 weeks?
Wow.
But now listen, obviously you've never done it, right?
Right.
All right. So listen, just so you know, things are going to pop up very good, and because so like I found out like I have I found like relatives that I didn't know I had, like cool, second, third cousin, and first of all, you get the people that you know are related to you, like your first cousins or brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles. You're like, oh yeah, I saw that, yeah, okay, and then you get like second, third cousins, like, oh okay, well that's cool. I had a young lady contact me who was adopted. And we matched on Ancestry DNA.
Wow.
So and it turned out that she's a second cousin. And so she and I have been trying to figure out which guy in my family got her mom pregnant because she never knew. And her mother, so she found her mother through Ancestry DNA. She found her sister, and she found her biological sister, which led her to her mother, which was great. And so they reunited. But she can't find her father, and her father's related to me, and we don't know who it is.
Wow.
So we're trying to figure out who that is.
Narrow it down.
Yeah. And so it's just crazy.
Not even that. What a time to be alive that you send in this test and it's like, hey, did you know you're related to so-and-so and so-and-so?
To somebody that you've never even
And I mean, I'm looking at it from that adopted point of view, right? Because like back in the day, there was no way to trace down any of that stuff. And now there's a database with people's DNA, and it's like, I know I'm related to so-and-so. That's crazy.
That's really crazy. So with your Nigerian background, so when you date, does it matter if they're Nigerian or not? Honestly.
I would say no to my parents. To my dad, 100%.
Yeah, I know. Y'all can't see her face, but her face said something different as she said no.
To my dad,
to
me, no. To my dad, 100%. To my mom, probably 50-50. She's more like, we just want you to be happy. Yep. For me, I feel like, I'm not going to say that I wouldn't or I would, but I'm more like, okay, I would love to, because the cultural unification makes so much sense. Yep. You'll understand where I'm coming from. We are brought up pretty much similar, the customs, even the traditions, the respect, everything that comes with the culture. Yeah. But I just feel like we're at an age where people are very teachable, and culture and that whole diversity and inclusion thing is kind of embedded in like the school systems. It's a conversation. So I think people are open to like different cultures, especially myself. So I grew up in America, so I've kind of seen different people, but my parents didn't have that point of view. So for me, I'm like, if you make me happy, but preferably yes, but for me, technically no. Kind of.
Okay. Kind of. There was still, even at the end, there was another, like, kind of, maybe, yes and no. Like,
she danced around it like her daddy was watching.
Yeah, I know. Like, I think
only because, like, I really respect my dad, so it's like, I see why. The older I've gotten, I understand why they say the things that they do. Yeah. When I was younger, I'm like, who cares? Like, does that matter? Uh-huh. But, like, my sister's boyfriend is biracial. My brother, his previous girlfriend wasn't even Nigerian. She was African, but wasn't Nigerian. So it's like, I feel like they were open to them, but I don't bring people to my parents. I haven't. Just because I just won't. If you're not the person, I'm not going to bring you to my dad, especially. Not dad. But definitely not my dad.
That's real,
yeah. But obviously, I had to test the waters. I let my siblings do, and I just kind of look and see, okay, they going for that. Let's see how they take it from me. But I'm the firstborn daughter, so it's a completely different ball game for me. Yeah,
you got a lot of pressure on your shoulders.
Definitely,
you got a lot of weight. So if you were to bring, so how was your father with the biracial boyfriend, girlfriend?
Right, for my younger sister.
Yeah, how was your father with him? Was he mean?
He doesn't even have like any emotion towards it. He's just like, this is beyond. This doesn't.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like stone cold. Like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he's as interested.
Hey, I don't know how I feel about that, because I prefer somebody at least be angry or something, but like just no regard at all. Not even.
So how would he have been if you? So how would your father react if you brought home a Nigerian person?
See, the thing is, it gets so specific.
Oh,
you can be Nigerian, but if you're Nigerian but you're a different tribe, that could possibly.
What the hell?
It wouldn't be an issue.
So narrow.
Exactly.
Like,
it wouldn't be an issue, but it's like, okay, something to consider. And then let's just say we are from the same tribe. Now it's, okay, where are you from? What state are you from in Nigeria? What's your family name? They will always ask for your family name. Then that's how they find out, okay, what is your lineage? Who have you come from? Is there any potential negatives that come with the name? Because my dad especially comes from a royal family, so it matters to him, the family name and all of that. So
that done changed it up a little bit.
Yeah.
That little explanation.
Yeah. He comes from a very, like, a whole kindred of, his dad was the king, or what they call the eze of his town in Nigeria. So for him, it's like very traditional, you know what I'm saying? But he's a pretty liberal parent, but he's just traditional at the same time, if that makes sense. It's kind of an oxymoron.
That's rough. That's rough. Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't met, I don't think that I'm aware of anyone from Nigeria, so to speak. Most people I come in contact with from Africa are Liberian.
Wow.
I don't know. I think I'm attracted to them. They find me, men, women. They all just find me there.
Their
Where are you from?
accent
Liberia.
Is one of the best to me.
Really?
Just because they were colonized by the United States. They were like the one African country to be colonized by U.S. So that's why their accent and their flag is kind of sounds American, kind of. Uh-huh. At least the flag is very, based off of that. So you'll know a Liberian because their accent is very distinct.
Oh my goodness! And the first thing they want to know, I introduced 2 Liberian people who didn't know each other, obviously, and the first thing they asked was, like you said, who's your mom, who's your pa?
Exactly.
They want to know. They want to know.
Going back already.
It matters that deep.
They first. I mean, the very first thing that he asked was, "Who's your ma? Who's your pa?"
Oh wow!
And I was like, "Okay, you want to know her name first, bro? What's going on?"
Yeah,
like,
you didn't even ask her name. You asked the parents' name.
Right.
Oh man.
Right.
But that last name, that surname, that family name, it goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, okay, maybe if you trace your ancestry, it might come to my people are from Alabama or wherever. But it kind of, there's something that happens prior to that because of transatlantic slavery, you don't know. But with, the African culture, you can trace it back so far. That's why it matters. That name kind of continues on. Yeah, it tells you the story. Decade after decade, year after year. That's
insane for it to have. That feels like a lot of pressure though to have that on there, man.
So I pulled up my ancestry DNA.
Okay.
Oh, look, here we go.
And they have my ethnicity estimate, and 1% Eastern Bantu, Southern Bantu, 2% Senegal, 3% Scotland. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with that. 3% Sweden and Denmark. Okay, whatever. 4% Ivory Coast and Ghana. Okay, 7% Ireland. So basically, slave master was dipping in. Okay, that's fine. 16% Mali, 45%, which is the biggest one, Nigeria.
Wow.
Okay.
45% Nigeria.
My brother.
What's your last name? I
just found my home. My sister. 45%.
That's not uncommon. Yeah. I think a lot of the results for, especially if you're African American, is that Nigerian, because that's where most of it was coming from, was taken from that coastal country, which Nigeria is a coastal country in West Africa. So it's not uncommon for a lot of people to realize, wow, I have this thick percentage of Nigerian in me that I never knew about.
45%. Yeah. So I already know that it wouldn't work because it's only 45%. But your father wouldn't care for me because I'll be only 45% Nigerian.
I mean, I think for him it's really if you're cultured.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, definitely not that. No, again, try don't pass again. Try to fail it on all fronts, bro. This is just...
Again, I'm shooting down. I'm getting shot down.
Oh,
that's
man.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool. Oh my goodness. So do you find yourself we're just talking all about our new guests. We're talking, do you find yourself when you're around your family, not necessarily talking to them, but when you're around your parents, do you pick up an accent?
Not really. I always thought that when I was younger that would happen, but it never happened. I don't know how, and I think somebody should study into this because a lot of us are growing up in the United States. We don't have an accent. If you speak the language, of course, you're going to speak it with an accent. However, never have I ever, maybe I was a kid, but I don't recall, but I never speak with an accent around them unless I'm being funny.
And unless you're being mocking, unless you're trying to get your head knocked off. Right. So what is this sounds pretty weird. What does the Nigerian accent sound like?
Okay, I mean, so if I wanted to say, hi, my name is Chioma. So obviously English, hi, my name is Chioma. In Igbo, you say Kedu, ahamo Chioma. That's kind of the accent coming out.
Okay. So listen. And we've just met 30 minutes ago. That is so sexy. Right. That is. I think
it's a beautiful language.
That is so sexy. Even speaking English with an African accent to it, just that is so sexy.
I find some in all accents though, so I ain't gonna narrow it down. But the super 110%. But I guess there are some accents where you're like, I'm running away from this.
Yeah,
but I guess it's the intrigue of wait, what else is there? There's something else there that accent brings to the table.
Let's be honest. If a woman came up to me and started talking to me with a Russian accent, I'm not feeling it.
She angry. Yeah, you run it. You run it.
What did I do to you?
I know. It's I don't want anything to do with it.
I'm sorry. Or a German accent. I'm cool. But you're girl.
Yeah.
I think there's been a turnover too. A lot of Afro beats music is really popular right now. A lot of these African artists are being like super globalized, working with even hip hop artists and really putting a face on for African music that I've been listening to all my life. However, now I'm hearing it on the radio. Yeah. Now it's in the clubs. Now it's literally on TikTok. I'm like, you know that song? You know Burna Boy? You know this person? I'm like, wow, okay. So I feel like a lot of people are starting to appreciate the culture. Saying African's kind of broad, but just the culture. And then now you're hearing a lot of people appreciate the accent, the verbiage, the dialects, things like that. And I've seen a lot, like maybe over the last 5 years, I've seen it become super popular, which actually still shocks me as an African. I'm like, okay, we went from being bullied in school about being African to being appreciated about it now in 2023.
The times have changed.
And one more question on this topic. Why do you think, do you have an opinion on why that is?
I think America overall is not very foreign friendly as a mindset. I think the patriotism in America kind of makes people be a little closed off to change, difference, or people that are not like them. Even though America's a place with so many different, not nationalities, but so many different people coming in with immigration, and you have, even here in Toledo, you have a Mexican area in Toledo, and I'm from Philly, there's Chinatown, there's different places for all of these immigrant groups. But I think overall, as an American, regardless of your race, we're not as open to different cultures. Yeah. Whereas if you go to Europe, you can see so many different people in one area. Or even I went to Canada last summer. They were so welcoming of so many different cultures.
What part of Canada did you go to?
I went to Toronto.
Oh my God,
Toronto was beautiful.
Isn't Toronto beautiful?
It was so. Canada is so
Toronto's
clean.
Nice, yeah.
It's so clean there.
It's so clean.
Why is it that the first thing everybody says about Toronto is that it's so clean?
It's so clean.
It looks literally like a cartoon. I don't know, so clean there.
I carried a piece of trash for two blocks because I didn't want to drop it on the floor.
And you're not going to just throw it in the road.
I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Toledo. You good. Don't say dive out here.
Did you go to Carabana or where did you go for?
No, I was going for a family wedding. Oh. So it was my first time. But next year I'm going again.
Are you going to Carabana or are you going just to go?
We're going for a Nigerian convention we do every year.
Oh, Nigerian convention?
Yes.
Can I go?
Yeah, it's open to everybody.
Because I'm single. So.
I feel like it would be a great place
to find you a nice Nigerian up there, man.
I mean, seriously.
You might be serious. I'm telling you, it might work out. There's a lot of people that come to this stuff. We just had it in Houston in June. It was in Houston. That was our first time back since COVID, and it was really successful. Really? So we're trying to keep the ball rolling. Do a lot of non-Nigerian people go? Or if you bring, I brought my friends. Okay. A few years ago, I brought my friend. She's from Maryland. But I brought her. She loves the culture. She wants to come. Even my manager, he's from Toledo, but I told him, hey, I'm going to bring you one of these days. I want you to see what it's about. Charlie looked like, I know you guys can't see Charlie right now, but his eyes are lit up like a kid on Christmas morning that just knows he got the gift under there. He ready. Like, oh my God. I am trying to tell you that accent and that. Well, okay, two things. Number one, it's the accent. I can't. Just hearing somebody speak with that accent is just does something for me. But there's also as a black man, there's also something home about an African woman. Okay. There's something. I've heard that deep. Though. There's something I don't know how to describe it, and not to take away because I've had relationships in the past, and they were awesome, great, fantastic love of my life, and it's been great. But there's something home about looking at someone who looks like you and like, oh my, there's something home about it. It's something different, something ingrained deep in the DNA. That's something. Yeah, it's ingrained in the DNA. That's roots. Different. Because I said the same thing about Latino, by the way. I get what you're saying. It's something that I would date anybody, and nothing specific to Latinos. I date anybody Latinas too. Just got. Yeah, I'm just saying. Well, I wouldn't date. I date anybody too. Get out of here, man. At this point, I date anybody. Can you take me to convention? I'll take any convention. I'll go to a Canadian convention. There's a lot of Canadians there, man. I'll be like, hey, let me shoot my shot here, see what happens, man. But so no, I get what you're saying though, because I think that's something just ingrained into genetics and into who we are. I think it has something to do with our culture. Like just when you see somebody who you feel has or does have something with your culture, it's a deeper level to it all. Right. And I think as people of color, we resonate with that type of familiarity 100%. Amongst one another. Because now you're 45% Nigerian from the test, but essentially now we know that, okay, maybe your lineage is different than mine, but if we go further, it may be similar to same. So if you feel that naturally, it's because it got to be through bloodline or something. There's a reason for it.
Absolutely. How's the Nigerian population in Toledo?
That's a good question. I know when I first came here, and I came to Toledo in 2015 for college. I went to UT, and they had like a group. I'm not even sure if it's still active, but they had a Nigerians of Greater Toledo Area Organization, something called that. I'm not sure if they're still active, but they had events, and I had my parents come down. They had like Christmas parties, so it seemed to be a little population out here, but I'm not too sure what they're still doing.
So here's a question: if that group were still around, and with me only being 45%, could I still be down with the ladies in the group?
I feel like Nigerians are more welcoming than people give them credit for.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all I want to hear.
Then you want to go.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. All right. Okay.
Find out if that group is still active, if they're having any kind of things.
Yeah, I'll find out. I mean,
I know, me too. That's why I'm saying it as a joke, but seriously, find out if they still got things going on. I'll go with you, man.
I would assume that it's gotten bigger only because being at UT, the African population grew. From my first day, when maybe the African People's Association was, let's just say, 30 students. By the time I graduated, it had to have been closer to like 70 students.
Okay.
Just from over the years. And then they even have like an African dance team. And they're very active. They have like 20 girls on the team. Not maybe, I would say 99% of them are African, but they are open to teaching anybody the dances and stuff like that. So I feel like the population has grown a lot. Especially at UT, but Toledo area has to be. And I just spoke with one of my friends. She was, I don't know if she was the captain of the dance team at the time, but she's about to graduate. But she was telling me how many more Africans there are at UT campus. So I would assume subsequently the Toledo population has to have grown as well.
Listen, don't tell us anymore. Charlie's too happy over there.
Cool.
I don't like it. I don't even know, man.
Listen,
Yep. That's it.
I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm doing. It's taking everything I can not to post on social media. Hey, any Nigerian women out there? It's taking everything I can to my better judgment. All right. So listen, let me switch things up a little bit. I was thinking. We were having a conversation day before yesterday. A friend of mine, and we were talking about all these celebrity couples that break up.
Right.
And people who become single, and like Nia Long got cheated on by her husband, who was an NBA coach, and it's like, you cheated on Nia Long. First of all, anybody can get cheated on.
Anybody. Doesn't matter status. Doesn't matter.
The most beautiful man or woman in this on this planet, somebody's thinking that Mickey Flicky is getting on my damn nerves. So everybody, oh my God, I'm so sick of her ass. So if you were overnight super famous, super celebrity, super famous, you're getting booked on all the talk shows, all of a sudden you're like the next hot actor, actress, whatever thing. Who are you going for?
You're talking about on a celebrity?
What celebrity are you? Because like right now, I probably shouldn't, but I probably wouldn't talk to a celebrity. But I probably could. But I probably wouldn't, because I'd be like, oh, nah, she ain't really, feeling a guy from Toledo. So if you were in that,
if I didn't want a celebrity though?
But why is she smiling?
She already know her answer. Her answer. You didn't even finish your question, Charlie, and she was already. She's like, oh, I've been waiting for somebody to ask me this question. Go ahead, I want your answer.
Only because if you would have asked me this question, let's just say a year ago, I would have no answer for you, because I never even cared. Like, I don't like rappers at all. Like, I don't like any of that. But I didn't look towards more like the actor side. I'm liking the actors. Okay. So any of these new actors, what show was I just watching? I just watched a rerun of a show. Can't even think now.
You don't even see. You don't even know.
Get back to me. Just slip my mind. Because I had like 3 ansers. Hold on.
She ready. Hold on.
She pulled out the phone. All right. So, Valdy, do you have anybody that you would go for?
I wouldn't want a celebrity relationship. I mean, are we talking about like trying to be serious, or are we talking about just to have fun? Because I'm going Jessica Alba first of all, and she I'm just saying, Jessica Alba's my
by the way, they don't have to be. They don't have to be single.
Don't have to be single.
No.
Anyway. Okay.
It's Hollywood. We're gonna mess up everybody's relationship.
Okay.
Anyway.
Mila Kunis.
Mila.
That's 70 shit.
I like Mila. I love Mila. I love me some Mila. And she's Russian.
She is. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She speaks fluent Russian.
She speaks,
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
fluent
born
Russian.
in Russia, and her family told her that they were going to visit somebody out of town, and they packed up and moved to the U.S.
Wow.
Overnight without giving her any warning because they didn't want her to tell anybody.
Yeah,
and have them
you
not
can't
let
give a
them out.
warning like that.
Yeah, so they moved to Russia. I mean, they moved from Russia to the U.S., and that's where she got her start.
Yep.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Glad it worked out for them.
Yeah,
Yep.
worked out for them.
That's a big risk.
That's a big risk. Mila Kunis.
Those are my. I'm gonna put those as my top.
What is his
My
name
top two.
anyway?
Wait, and then I'm just gonna throw. If we throwing anybody out there, Shakira.
You know-
I've had a crush on her since I was
she's single
15.
now, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
I could get
So
Shakira.
shoot my
But
shot,
she got tax
Shakira.
problems,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
She got tax problems, so we don't.
I ain't worried about that.
saying?
Ain't no worry about no tax problems, bro.
They about to put her in jail, dude.
Look, I'll go to jail with her, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
All right,
I've had a crush on her since 15. I'm 36, bro. That's a
all right,
long time to have a
okay.
crush on somebody.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah, it's over with. Yeah.
I
Nearly
am-
2 decades.
Yeah. You ain't got to word it like that. You know what I'm saying? That was a little rough.
Hey, he
killing
said
me.
no age jokes. You ain't say no age jokes.
No, man. Damn, I'm used to being the one talking about the age jokes. I'm getting hit with them today.
All right, listen. First of all, because she's going through drama, I'm gonna try the first person I'm gonna try is Nia Long. Because she's been wounded, she's been hurt.
Okay.
Right.
Her self-esteem might be kind of low.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna go for
Why
what
you
I-
need all that? We
because I'm trying to even out the odds, bro. I'm trying to.
Man, I went after Shakira and Mila Kunis. I don't got no shots. She would Ashton
first
Kutcher, bro. Like, there's 0 shots there.
Well, first of all, I've always loved Nia Long.
Okay.
I've
I wanted to get down to the
I have
nitty gritty. There we go.
Always love Nia Long.
Okay.
I mean, whether it be Boys in the Hood or even the Fresh Prince, I have always loved.
She is stunning.
She is stunning.
Okay.
And
Now,
still looks the same.
you know who I would go for? Yeah, you know who I would go for? Regina Hall.
Another
Okay.
good one.
Okay.
Listen, Regina Hall could. I mean, Regina Hall. Not only would I date her, I would be the best freaking boyfriend she's ever had in her life.
Oh, my man walking a straight line, making sure to keep that relationship going.
Because I feel like she could be cool to hang out with, and I just love Regina Hall. I love a woman with a sense of humor, and Regina Hall has a very good sense of humor. So, what's the girl? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna skip it. Go. So,
What show?
She played opposite Will Smith in Hitch.
That came
Was
out.
that one Eva Longoria? Was
No.
that,
Hitch starred. Here he goes. It takes me a second. Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes. Oh yeah.
You know who Eva Mendes is?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to say Eva Mendes. Because, but you know what? Also, because I've seen her play Goofy in movies.
Oh yeah,
I've seen her. She acts so goofy, and I love a funny woman.
Yep.
I love a funny woman. So,
Some good picks.
do you have anybody?
Yeah, I had to figure out. I never even knew his name. But first of all, let me just say the whole entire cast of All American. I like that show.
The whole
The
entire
entire
cast.
Cast, man,
The
hold on.
entire
Hey, we got to
cast.
narrow this down. You know what I'm saying? We was going for top 3. She hit us with a
But
cast on the first one.
She
The
walk
whole
on the set and
entire
say,
cast.
she walk on the set and say, "Excuse me, sir," and whoever turns around like, "Yeah,
Whoever,
boom."
you're the one.
Every last one of them
All
on
right.
there.
Okay.
And then my number one gotta go with from the show BMF Terry. That's the one for me.
I
don't even know.
Terry. Can
That's
you
his
pull him
character
up?
name. That's not his real name. Let me see.
Yeah. I don't know if you can pull it. 'Cause
BMF
I
cast.
zero idea who you're talking about
Meech
right now.
Terry.
Not Meech.
I
the
know
other
Terry.
one.
Da Vinci is his name.
Da Vinci. Yeah.
Da Vinci
That's
is his
number one.
name.
Show me. I want to. I don't feel like googling.
Da Vinci is his name.
Okay, got you.
Right? Him.
Yeah.
Him?
That's the
Okay.
one.
All right.
Her
okay.
eyes went up. When
I'm about to say, so what is it about him?
I actually watched an interview, like a podcast interview with him, because I go in after I watch a show, I'm stalker on everybody that's in the show. And I just, outside of the actual, attraction and stuff, but his actual mindset to me just resonated. He was speaking a lot about like wanting a family and just kind of having morals, which I feel like a lot of men my age don't talk like that. So it just attracted me right there. Most guys are going for like the fast life. I mean, he could have been perking, but
You never know. But it sounded good.
But it sounded good.
Yeah,
it sounded pretty good.
Okay. And who else? Anybody else?
She just gave you a whole cast, bro.
Well,
This is the whole. That means no. We had
Cast don't count. I can say the whole cast of Girlfriends. It doesn't matter. That doesn't count. That doesn't
I don't
count.
even know his name. It's on the black version of All American. I'm trying to figure out
Why is
All American Homecoming.
Why is she on the whole cast of people?
Because they cast some
Yeah, so
very
that's what I'm saying.
attractive
Like, dang.
actors. I never looked at no Celebrity Crush. I never was into that. But once I started watching the show, I was like, man, who are these
Okay,
people?
so this is that Celebrity Crush.
This is Celebrity Crush.
This
Okay.
is what they-
I'm like, who are these people on here?
Listen.
Never seen these guys.
And I know sometimes, like, there's people who are older, who are like much older, but I still think they're very attractive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like people who are like probably technically, what's a senior citizen? 60. But I'd be like, listen, let me tell you something right now.
Hey,
If the lady from Golden Girls come and talk to me, you know, I'm just saying.
what was old girl from? You ain't joking.
I am
You know you'll break their hip and stuff, Charlie. You can't be messing with girls like that, man.
Girl, what you?
It's over with, man.
I would break her hip and brag about it. But go ahead.
You going to jail, bro.
That's all
I'll tell you
right.
something.
Elder abuse.
What was old girl's name from White Men Can't Jump? The original. Woody Harrelson.
Hell
You know
yes.
you know what I'm talking about?
From Do the Right Thing.
Is it
Rosie Perez.
Rosie Perez, thank you.
Let me tell you something right
Rosie
now.
Perez. So we want
Rosie
to talk about
Perez.
women in that bracket.
Let me tell you something right now. Rosie Perez. There are two actresses who have got me straight off of their breasts.
Oh yeah.
Straight off their breasts.
Yep.
Rosie Perez. I don't know if he was a stunt double or not. But in the movie Do the Right Thing, Spike Lee joint, Rosie Perez, there's a hot day in Brooklyn, and Spike Lee is trying to convince his girlfriend Rosie Perez to cool off, whatever. And he takes an ice cube, and there's a scene where he runs an ice cube over her breasts.
Yeah, that sticks
Teenage
with you
you
for
was
life.
having a good time, huh?
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. I will
Back
never.
then, Charlie would rewind the cassette and watch the
Okay,
scene
first
over
of all, I saw it at the movie theater. I saw it at the movie theater, and first of all, F both of y'all for talking about the cassette, bastards. Let me tell you something right now. Fuck both of y'all. Listen, but listen, Rosie Perez, her breasts in Do the Right Thing were
And who's the second one?
phenomenal.
Who's the second one? You said two.
Now this goes to the old person.
Okay.
So it goes to you. Go. Gotcha. Go.
Okay,
Was it in black and white? Was it in color? Show me.
It was in color, but it's a movie from the 80s. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay.
In the Eddie Murphy movie,
But she-
what Eddie Murphy movie? Eddie Murphy, Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis. Damn it! What the hell?
Not Beverly Hills.
no.
No, it wasn't Beverly.
Trading Places.
Trading Places.
My Google first.
Eddie Murphy.
You know, I don't know.
If you pull up Jamie Lee Curtis,
Okay.
there's a scene where Dan Aykroyd's staying with Jamie Lee Curtis, and she opens the door and she's topless.
Okay. Yeah, but she's fired though. So like, I'm not even. I'm saying,
I'm pulling it up.
But I can't imagine. I don't know. Like for some reason in my head, Rosie Perez still kind of looks kind of the same. Actually, she was in a few years back in Pineapple Express. She was a bad cop in there.
She was.
Dude. And I was like, she can still get it. But Jamie Lee Curtis, was she in Halloween? Was the last
Halloween?
thing
Yeah, Michael Myers.
her?
Yeah.
But
Actually, never mind.
I
Yeah,
actually saw that
she
one.
might probably still get it too.
Halloween ends. I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm looking up Jamie Lee Curtis' breasts.
Googling celebrities over here and stuff. We got no.
Oh, they don't show it.
I'm trying to see them. Told you my Google's working today.
They don't show it. They don't.
They're not gonna
They
show it
don't
on
show
YouTube.
it.
Of
They
course
don't
they're not gonna show it, man.
On Google.
Oh, they
too
don't.
happy looking that up, man. Too happy.
Listen,
There's work restrictions here, Charlie.
her boobs in Trading Places were phenomenal.
So those are the top two.
Those are the top two boob shots I've ever heard. I'm sorry, we were just meeting.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you to hook me up with a Nigerian woman, but I promise I'm not a scumbag. I promise I'm not.
And then Jamie Lee Curtis. This is like all right.
But I like
switching
Jamie
gears.
Lee Curtis. I think she's a very seasoned actress. And every work that she's ever done has been like 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah, and she's funny too. She played in Trading Places, but she played a straight role. But her in like the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Was that True Lies?
True Lies.
True
yeah,
Lies,
she
right?
was.
Yeah,
she was very funny and
yeah.
silly, and so I thought that was good. Well, it's glad to know that you have whole casts that you would.
The whole cast, but I still got my preferences. I had to find him, but his name is Peyton Alex Smith. All these people are going to be very.
Can I just see?
Yeah, I'm
I
about
don't
to
want to
say-
Google.
Let me see what Alex Smith looks like.
He's one of the lead characters on All American Homecoming, which is the black version of the All American show.
Okay.
But like I said, everybody it's like they specifically cast great looking black actors. And I feel like there's this narrative that they don't cast, or maybe it's not just acting, but I saw a thread on Twitter and they talked about how the black actors in the 90s and the 2000s look better than the guys that are out now. So like the Morris Chestnuts and stuff like that, all the ladies used to love and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all might be onto something, but watch All American.
He mad.
Hate that dude with a passion.
Brought back memories for Charlie.
Dude, you have no idea the kind of pressure that brothers like Morris Chestnut put on brothers like me.
Yeah.
Because women see him, and it's not just that women look at the screen and see like, oh yeah, he's sexy.
Yeah.
I look at the screen and see he's sexy.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
obvious to all of us.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. The pecs, the six pack, the bald head. I can do the bald head. That's about it.
Smile, you know what I'm saying? The whole package.
Smile.
Yeah.
Even somebody like me, like, okay, so certain movies I didn't watch until I got to like college, because we grew up and it was like, you don't watch BET. My mom didn't want us watching BET. We would watch 106 in Park, but once that was done, cut it off. Anything after that, you can't watch. So eventually, there was a lot of staple, I guess you say, black films I just never watched. Yeah. But when I got to college, I watched The Wood. That was my first time seeing it.
Okay.
That was 2016.
Okay.
My first time
a whole quartet of people there to look at.
Yep.
That was like, you know what I'm saying?
Who was in The Wood?
Omar Epps.
Omar Epps. And you know what? I never felt bad. I never felt threatened by Omar Epps.
Really?
Because of his hairline.
I think he went bald too.
Eventually. And by the way, I'm not bald, just so you know.
You got low cut.
I just shave it. I'm not bald. I nicked myself.
Hey man,
too, by the way.
ain't you supposed to grow it back out? What month are you supposed to grow this back out? Is that September?
Yeah.
It's September. It's coming up.
I literally thought about that today.
No shave November.
No shave November.
But I was trying to get it
started.
I was trying to get it full and afro-ish, and maybe even be able to be locked or something by December.
Oh, okay.
So I was going to change. I haven't changed my look. I started shaving my head in '93, and every year I let it grow back just to let it grow back for once, and I just shave it off. I haven't done that in 2 years. So I'm not thinning. I'm not receding hairline, nothing like that. I just don't like hair. And so I just said I was going to just let it grow. And so September 1st, I'm supposed to let it grow.
You're going to let it grow? Because your face doesn't say what your words, like what your mouth is saying right now. Your face is saying.
I'm getting scared.
Why?
I'm getting, because I started thinking today, I was like, I got to go to the barbershop. And I got to figure out, I actually have to figure out what I want to do with it.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, you're going to go through a whole phase of, it just has to grow first, like before you even figure out what to do with it.
But my hair grow, like I shaved my hair today, my head today because it needed to be shaved.
Yeah.
But I shaved it Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay.
And so every 3-4 days I need to shave.
Okay.
Or stubble. So it's going to grow. It's grow. It may be gray, but it's going to grow.
Yeah.
And so I'm
I wonder if guys would consider waxing their head.
I did that once.
How did you like it?
It was fine, but it was too much work. It was not necessary.
Right.
Because I can shave it in 3 minutes.
Right.
And so for me to sit down and have somebody wax it, it was just.
A whole head is actually kind of.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, for ladies, it's just eyebrows or whatever. So
you gotta have a little bit of hair there to snatch on to. So then I gotta let it grow. It's like, well, I could just shave it and hop in the shower and be done with it and call it a day. Thanks for bringing that up, Valdy.
Yeah, anytime.
Ass.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. All right, so I was looking at the fact. Wait, hold on. The Wood. Who was in there? I just want to the cast real quick. The cast was Omar Epps, Richard Jones. I don't mind. Okay, and Taye Diggs. The reason I don't mind Richard T. Jones, you know who that is? The reason I don't mind Richard T. Jones is because people don't like him, and people don't like Richard T. Jones because of the movie, because of the role he played in Why Did I Get Married? The Tyler Perry film, and because he did his wife wrong, right. And so people hate his guts
to this day. It's
day,
a few like movie characters that people are like that with.
People hate his guts. People hate his guts. The other Madea movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Yeah, I was gonna say Diary of a Mad Black.
The guy who ended up in a wheelchair. The guy who ended up in a wheelchair. Everybody hates his guts to this day. Because
even on the show, he's in BMF, and people hate him too in that show.
They
He plays
hate
a
him.
dirty cop.
That's when that's when they're doing a great job.
I know.
You know what I mean?
That
Because like when you
convincing.
like hate him, like regardless of, you're like,
Oh, the guy that played Pinky in next Friday or Friday after next or whatever, the guy that played Pinky, I hate his guts because in Menace to Society, he was punk ass Chauncey, and he sent the videotape to the police.
Was he
He's
Chauncey
punk
in
ass,
that?
punk ass.
Oh,
No, he was
dang.
punk ass Chauncey.
oh, excuse me.
wow.
Yeah.
He wasn't Chauncey. He was
Yeah.
punk ass Chauncey.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I still don't like him
Just
for being
because of
punk
that?
ass.
But he
punk ass
pinky though.
Chauncey. He pinky though.
But he pinky though. I'm
did
just
pinky.
saying though, man.
He did pinky
though.
very good.
Yeah.
All right, so listen. I was looking at. We're running out of time. I was looking on online, and they were talking about how Lizzo is bouncing back from her controversy or whatever about her making her dancers do things
There
or
was
whatever.
a lot of allegations.
Yeah, a lot of allegations.
I don't know anything of what's going on with that. I've heard so much like just memes or this or that, but I haven't actually.
What was she doing with
Yeah,
bananas?
I would
so I
say
have zero idea.
The
I just hear the jokes, but like,
synopsis would just be hostile or toxic workplace environment in which some of the dancers felt uncomfortable for many reasons. There's like things about fat shaming, even though Lizzo is big herself and
Yeah.
she promotes that. And the dancers that she hires are bigger women. There was something about sexual intimidation where she took her dancers to a club, red light district, Amsterdam, around there. And there was, I don't know if it was like a sex show or something like that, but there was something that happened in which she kind of intimidated one of the dancers to do something with one of the performers.
okay, gotcha.
And that was a part of it too. So it's just, those were the two main things I saw.
I got you. Enough said. Okay, so I have some understanding of what's going on. Okay,
So how can Lizzo be accused of fat shaming? First of all, I mean, not
Sounds like
besides the fact, it's besides the fact that she's a bigger girl herself, she promotes and brags about her thickness.
Right.
You know, so how can so my question was, are we getting have it's okay to say, or if you're not afraid to say it or not, have we gotten too far with the cancel culture and the sensitivity?
Fuck yeah, but like that happened a long time ago. That's like super easy. Like that,
Yes.
yeah.
For sure.
I mean,
110%.
because now people are afraid to say, okay, oh my God, I've been drinking. So listen, so I have views on certain things, and I'm cautious.
My man is scared to get canceled right now. Listen to how long it's taking him to finish. This motherfucking said like I got views. Bro.
I am cautious on what I say. Fuck you. I am cautious on.
But I think everybody's beating around the bush.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so like I don't feel that I should be penalized if
Sorry.
yeah, you're drinking. I don't feel like I should be penalized if I look at someone who in all aspects is female and I say she or her and I'm ridiculed because I don't know what pronouns you go by.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm
I think that's
100%
fair.
agreement.
I think it's wrong. I take that back. I do think it's wrong to penalize someone for assuming what seems to be obvious.
Right.
You know, and then if you correct them, okay, that's fine. You correct me, and then I make the adjustment.
Right.
That's where I was going to go.
Yeah, I'll make the adjustment. So if you prefer to be called they or them, I will do my best to call you they or them. I will do that. If I make a mistake, though, if I accidentally, you know, if I'm trying to call you they or them and I accidentally call you she or her or whatever, then I don't feel like I should be reprimanded by that. You know?
I agree with you 110%.
I agree with you. And I feel like the first time I noticed this kind of shift, especially because I would say it directly affects my whole entire like age group right about now. I was on campus at UT and I saw a gender neutral bathroom. That was my first time seeing it. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I think it's fair if people feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Then we introduced like the whole pronoun thing, like you're saying. And I just, like you said, surface value, if I see you surface value for what I assume you to be, I'm going to say it because that's what's indoctrinated in me for me to call you until you give me that correction.
Exactly.
But I do agree that you should not be, reprimanded or chastised for not initially knowing. I mean, how do I know if you don't tell me?
110%.
Or even messing up, like I said, or even if you correct me and I'm like, okay, cool, and I try to call you whatever you prefer, and I accidentally slip up, don't jump on me.
Yeah, no, I agree 110%, man. It's gonna take a learning curve if I'm. First of all, if you're born a female and I'm gonna assume you're a female, I'm she, her. I'm gonna go with that. If you ask me to call you something different, I got you. I respect that. Like 110%. I got you. I got you back all day. Like no worries. If I slip up, I'm sorry. It's very unintentional, but I'm going for something like if a female but she wants to be him. That's easier for me than they them. The they them thing is really hard for me
hard
to put it in.
It just doesn't sound right.
It just doesn't. Like it just doesn't.
Honestly, like in the English language, it doesn't necessarily make sense grammatically.
Exactly.
It doesn't.
If we're being honest, but that's what
so
is
I'm
now
lost
adapted.
on that.
Yeah.
But I'll respect it. So but the same token, if I do mess up, please understand it's unintentional and like just check me. Yo, hey, it's this. I do that. People with my name and stuff like that, be like, hey man, it's like this. I'm not mad. I'm not whatever. It's like, hey, like this is part of the process, and that's what it is. Like that's literally it. But I don't. But like as a culture, it seems like everybody gets upset. Like, oh, they didn't respect the pronouns. It's like, what are you talking about?
I think everybody wants to be marginalized. Everybody wants something wrong with them. That's how I see it. I think everybody wants to be something wrong with them. And not saying that means that there's something wrong with them, but I think people want to be marginalized. They want to be able to say, I check this box. That means that I deal with this because it makes me feel different. It gives me this, I guess you can say, je ne sais quoi. It gives you that.
Okay.
She pulled out the French?
She did, dude.
I did French 5 years in high school, 8th through 12th grade. But
I failed French twice. Go ahead.
I think that's really what it comes from, is that everybody wants that something that pulls them apart.
Yeah.
And the newest, the most trendy way to do so, I'm not going to lie, are the pronouns.
Yeah.
And, I don't want to be called Chioma. I want to be called Charles. I want to be called whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That is the newest thing now. And there's people that are genuinely doing it, and there's a lot of pump fakers, more than the people that are genuine.
And that hurts the real ones.
That hurts the real
ones. It hurts the real ones big time.
First of all, wait, hold on. I am so in love with Chioma for saying pump fakers.
Oh yeah.
I have not heard that term.
Actually, now that you
I'm looking at you because I can't look at her face.
Now that you just freeze framed that.
She said pump fakers.
She did.
I'm going to bring back that term.
You're going to bring it back.
The pump fake.
She brought it back.
You're going to
keep bringing it back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That shit was real. I didn't even catch that.
No. You got major props for saying pump fakers. I'm sorry. So yeah, and I just feel like you said it takes away from the people who are looking for something. Then it takes away from the people who are genuinely going through.
Right.
You know.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. And
I don't think this is gonna get you canceled, Charlie. Just
no. But no, I don't think it'll get me canceled because I'm just saying. It's gonna come in gray. The afro. Listen,
I'm just trying to help you out. You know what I'm saying?
Grow,
Next month it's coming in. You know?
It's gonna come in gray like a motherfucker. But I forgot what I was gonna say. And my thing is, and I promise I am open to everybody.
Right.
I'm down with whatever you identify as and whatever you. I am 100% cool. I support you. I'm down. But my thing is, at what point does it stop? Can Chioma identify as a white man?
Yeah, she can identify as a chair if she wants to at this point.
But
that's where we've gotten at. I don't get that, but I also don't.
Why?
But I don't. I think that's a social thing that people have tried to make accepted. But for me personally, I still don't feel certain ways, and I'm just gonna be me on that one. So if you identify as this, you ain't.
You identify as a weirdo?
Huh?
You identify as a weirdo?
I am a weirdo, but I guess I do identify. I'm a fucking weirdo. I don't know what the fuck I am. I'm okay with that, but also I'm real as shit. So like, if you're sitting here telling me you identify with something that you're not, I don't know what to tell you about that. I'm glad you identify as that, but you're not that. Like,
right.
That's just my feeling on it. But on a social status, I feel like it has to be accepted in certain ways. And again, I'll respect the his or her thing, like 110%. But then there's certain limits that I won't pass. So like, if you identify as a child, look, bro, you a grown man. Get out of here. If you identify as this,
I saw it on TikTok.
That's why I brought that one up specifically. I'm like,
wait, what?
It's real.
It's a grown man pretending to be a 6-year-old, I believe, and he pays somebody to come and take him out of his crib, play with his toys, basically channel his inner
treat him like a child.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. This is a grown man. But I think
there's
this
grown
comes
females
down
that do it too, by the way.
Yeah, I think this is because of free will. And I don't know how religious people are, but I feel like that free will aspect that the Bible talks about, this is the result. When you give people not enough structure and they give them free will and this is what happens. But
if they have money to pay somebody to come and play games with them all day, I ain't even mad at them people. Do what you do. They're living their best life. If you identify as a child and you doing that, cool.
And live your life and be happy.
But if there's any interaction where we're talking on the street, it was like, hey man, you a grown man, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're in a diaper or something, and I'm like, there's something strange going on here. I shouldn't have to be like, oh, this is normal. He identifies as like so I guess there's levels to it where I'm the same way, Charlie. Like, I love everybody, dude. I'm super inclusive of everybody. That's just my nature, man. I just want to know more about it all. But then when there's that expectation that you have to abide by these rules, that's where I kind of am like, dude, no, you can't tell me how to abide by my rules either. Like, that's not how it works.
Like, I was watching a recap. I don't know how recent it was, but I'm sure it wasn't, about Rachel Dolezal. Everybody remember Rachel Dolezal, who was a white woman who identified as an African-American woman.
Right.
And she went to Howard.
I believe it was Howard. It was definitely HBCU for sure.
Definitely HBCU. And so she was on the Real or something. And she was talking about, and I don't know if I ever got a definitive answer, but they were talking about, she's a white woman who identifies as a black woman, and she went to an HBCU, and the question was posed, whether her in general, if she had taken a scholarship that was meant for a black woman, would that be wrong? Because she sees herself as an African-American woman, but she's technically come from two white parents. And so it's fine for her to identify as who she identifies as, but if she were to take a scholarship that was meant for a black woman, has she now crossed the line? And I think that she would have. I don't know if she did or not. I
don't know, but I would agree that yes, she did. If she did something like that, I would, in my opinion, I'd say, oh, that's messed up.
But that's who she is, and we have to respect everyone for who they are.
And that's where it gets a little foggy, because now we are allowing people to do things that are downright offensive. You know what I'm saying? I'm not offended by anybody wanting to be called he, even if I see you as a she. That doesn't offend me. But when we're talking race, when we're talking the history behind the color of your skin, when we're talking about hairstyles that have cultural ties, that's offensive. There's
a lot more history that goes into that than just saying I'm this or that. Like, there's a whole background of this that, like, I don't feel you're respecting on those terms. Like, it's just not the same. So I agree with you on that one.
Ooh. You said hairstyles.
Yes.
And so I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm gonna put you on the spot because I don't care. How do you feel like about say white folks who end up with dreads or whatever? Does that matter?
To me, I won't take it as direct offense, but I'm not going to look at it as you're appreciating the culture. I'm not going to look at it as that, because essentially it's not meant for your natural hair. There's a lot of people who have locks and their hair naturally locks. If you let black hair grow, it'll lock. For a lot of people.
That's why I said I want to lock my hair.
Right. It'll just go. It'll just either lock or twist up naturally. So when you have somebody doing something that doesn't naturally occur with their hair, with their natural hair specifically, I'm not going to take it as direct offense. I could care less. Everybody, like I said, has free will at this point. But I look at you as, what's your real purpose? Are you appreciating this style, or are you doing this for a different reason? And then that's when I have to say, okay, let me look deeper into it. Because I've seen over the years, a lot of black, especially as a woman, a lot of black hairstyles get appropriated. And then that's the one thing that may not be that bad, but the second half of it is when now it's getting renamed. Back in like 2013, 14, cornrows is the style, but Kim Kardashian wore them and called them boxer braids. Bo Derek braids.
She done changed it. Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Girl.
That's not what it is.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
And she didn't give the due diligence to say cornrows. So it's like that's the stuff that people are like, okay, no, this is a little bit too far, or you're being offensive. And the Kardashians, that's like a whole nother podcast, but they've done it several times. They've done it several times where they take these little tidbits and aspects of Black or African culture, and they kind of refurbish it into what they call like more of a chic look for them. That way it now influences millions, can't even say thousands, when it comes to them, millions of other non-Black women or just not people who are not people of color. And then you see the result and it ends up coming off disrespectful. I
got you.
Yeah.
I was going to kind of disagree with you, but I understand what you're saying. But I guess like I don't see the hair thing as I think people should braid their hair or do whatever they want with their hair. When you got to the point of renaming it is where I see it like, okay, wait a second, that's rude.
Yeah.
And then somebody seeing them do that and doing it off the wrong, I guess if it's just a look, like I like this look, I'm going to go with this look, I think you should do it 110%. Like it doesn't matter where it came from. Do your thing. But when you're trying to make it symbolize or take away from its symbolism, then we're on a whole different level of things. So
it almost comes off like you're playing a character.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right. So I got you.
I think your ass should grow some dreads.
Me? Bro, my hair's thinning, bro. I'm about to shave it. I'm about to look like you soon, bro. I'm about to shave this all off. You grow your hair, I'll cut mine off, man.
We have 3 minutes. Go around the room. Around the room, across the table. You have, I'm just curious. You're stuck on a deserted island with one other person. You have one of the Kardashians that you can be stuck with. Who is it going to be?
I'm going to go Khloe Kardashian. Because I feel like in the beginning of the whole Kardashian brand, she was the most regular, down-to-earth, funny, all of that. Seems like a very loving girl, just kind of caught up with personal business. But I'm going to go with Khloe.
Valdy?
Is Khloe the one with
Lamar Odom that was married to Lamar Odom?
Wait, which one is with Travis Barker right now?
That's Courtney.
I want Courtney.
You want because you want to smash Courtney?
No, if it were for that, probably Kim. But Courtney seemed like she still has some kind of wits, and Kim's smart as shit too. Don't get me wrong, but like for the survival instincts that we need out there, I just feel like Courtney have more of those instincts. I'm trying to survive, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm telling you right now, I am 1,000,000%, 1,000,000% going with Khloe.
Khloe?
Oh my,
yeah.
Khloe is the dopest Kardashian ever in existence. She's cool. She seemed like she was a down girlfriend, like she was a down wife, and she was ready to have fun and party, but she was committed to her relationship and her marriage, and Khloe.
I actually like Khloe outside of her being caught up with all of that. I'm like, okay, sis, come on now. But
I don't watch any of this shit, so I don't know anything about them. I started
watching the show, and like when it first came out, I was 10. I don't know why I was watching it, but it used to just come on, and I would watch it. And she was always the one that actually stood out as I'm normal. Okay, I'm reliable. Especially because she was the one that was always looking after, giving advice to the two younger, Kylie and Kendall, which I was their age at the time. So I'm like, I just kind of gravitated towards Khloe from the show, at least. Okay.
All right. Well, listen, it has been phenomenal having you with us today and having Valdy with us today, and it's been fun. And listen, we got to do this again. Because this has been a lot of fun. If you want to send us an email, send us an email to charliemackshow@gmail.com. You can even text us. The text number. Shoot, the text number is Valdy. What's the text number?
What's the text number? I'll tell you right now when Charlie says it.
The text number, okay, I'm sorry, I forgot. Shut up.
Put it in there.
The text number is 419-886-6225. That's 886-6225, 886 Mack, M-A-C-K. And thank you all for joining me today and for hanging out, and I appreciate y'all, and we will see you all again. Peace out. Bye-bye.
Bye.